Picture this. You finally got the date. You spent days thinking about it, picked the right place, showed up early, wore the shirt you feel good in. And for the first 20 minutes, it's going fine. But then somewhere in the middle, you feel it happen. The energy starts to drain out of the conversation. Her answers get shorter. She glances at her phone. The warmth you felt at the start quietly cools into politeness. And by the end, you both do the little dance of, this was fun, let's do it again sometime, knowing deep down that the spark is already gone.
Are we okay?
I'm just tired.
You walk away replaying every moment, asking yourself the same question over and over. What did I do wrong? And here's the thing. You probably didn't do one big, obvious thing wrong. You didn't insult her. You weren't rude. You showed up and tried your best. That's exactly why it's so confusing. Because the mistake that kills attraction on a first date is almost never loud or dramatic. It's quiet. It's invisible to the person doing it. And most men do it on every single date without ever realizing it's the reason they keep getting the "you're a great guy" but text 2 days later. Welcome back to The Connection Code. Today we're going to talk about the first date mistake that silently kills attraction, the one you're very likely making right now without knowing it. And I want to be honest with you up front. When I tell you what it is, your first reaction might be to argue with me, because it goes against everything you've been told about how to behave on a date. But if you stay with me to the end, you're going to understand why your dates keep fizzling out, and exactly how to flip it so that women leave wanting more instead of wanting out. So let me name the mistake directly. The number one thing that kills attraction on a first date is treating it like an interview instead of an experience. Let me say that again, because it's everything. Most men turn the first date into a job interview. They sit across the table and run through a checklist of polite, safe, surface-level questions. Where are you from? What do you do for work? Do you have any siblings? What do you do for fun? Each question gets a short answer, then an awkward pause, then the next question. It feels productive, like you're getting to know each other. But what's actually happening is that you're draining every drop of energy and emotion out of the interaction. You're conducting a survey, not creating a connection. And here's why this is so deadly. Attraction is not built on information. It's built on emotion. Psychologists who study human bonding have found that what makes two people feel connected is not how many facts they exchange, but how much they feel something together. The interview kills attraction because it keeps everything in the head and nothing in the heart. She can answer all your questions perfectly and still feel absolutely nothing, because you never made her feel anything. You gathered her data, but you never touched her emotions. And at the end of the night, she won't remember a single thing you asked. She'll only remember how she felt sitting across from you. And mildly interrogated is not a feeling that makes someone text you back. So why do men do this? Why do we default to the interview when some part of us knows it isn't working? To understand that, we have to look at what's really driving it, because it comes from a place most men never examine. The interview is a fear response. When you bombard her with safe questions, you're not actually trying to get to know her. You're trying to manage your own anxiety. Every question is a way to fill the silence, so you don't have to sit in the terrifying uncertainty of a quiet moment. Every safe topic is a way to avoid revealing anything real about yourself that could be judged. The interview feels like effort, but it's actually avoidance dressed up as politeness. You're hiding behind your questions the same way a nervous student hides behind a clipboard. And this fear shows up in 3 specific ways on a date. Once you see them, you'll recognize them instantly. The first is the rapid-fire questioner. This is the man so afraid of silence that he treats every pause as an emergency. The moment there's a gap, he panics and fires off another question. He never lets a moment breathe, never lets a topic deepen, because depth requires slowing down, and slowing down feels dangerous. But here's what he doesn't realize. Silence isn't the enemy. A comfortable pause, a shared look, a moment where you're both just present, that's where tension and attraction actually live. By rushing to fill every silence, he's stamping out the very sparks he's trying to create. The second pattern is the safe robot. This is the man who refuses to share anything real about himself. He keeps every answer short, neutral, and guarded. Ask him about his work. He gives a one-line summary. Ask about his passions. He downplays them. He thinks he's being modest or low pressure, but what he's actually doing is giving her nothing to connect to. A date is a two-way exchange of energy. If you reveal nothing, she has nothing to respond to, nothing to be curious about, nothing to grab onto. You can't build a fire with one stick. When you stay locked behind the safe answers, you force her to do all the emotional work of the date, and most people, understandably, get tired and check out. The third pattern is the approval seeker. This is maybe the most damaging one. This is the man whose entire goal on the date is to be liked. He agrees with everything she says. He laughs a beat too hard at things that aren't that funny. He hides his real opinions because he's scared a wrong answer will cost him her approval. He's so focused on passing the test that he forgets there's supposed to be a real person on his side of the table too. And women feel this instantly. When a man is performing for approval, it reads as low value because high value people don't audition for acceptance. The approval seeker thinks he's being agreeable and charming. What he's really doing is telling her through every nervous laugh that he doesn't believe he's enough on his own. Now, before you start beating yourself up because you recognize all three of these, stop. The point isn't to feel ashamed. Almost every man has done all three of these things, especially when he actually likes the person and the stakes feel high. The nerves are normal. The mistake is just a strategy your anxiety handed you, and strategies can be changed. So now that you understand what's killing your dates, let's talk about exactly what to do instead. Here are the 4 steps to turn a dead first date into one she can't stop thinking about. Step 1. Trade questions for moments. Instead of interrogating her, shift your goal from gathering information to creating a shared experience. Go somewhere with a little life to it, a market, a walk, somewhere with things happening around you, instead of just sitting frozen across a table. React to the world together. Make a playful observation about something nearby. Share a small, slightly embarrassing story and watch her relax because you went first. The goal is not to extract her resume. The goal is for the two of you to feel something in the same moment. Laughter, surprise, a little tension. Those shared feelings are the glue. Facts are not. Step 2. Let silence work for you. I want you to make a radical decision before your next date. When a pause comes, don't panic and fill it. Let it sit. Hold her eye contact for a second longer than feels comfortable. Smile and stay relaxed. A man who can sit calmly in a silence signals something powerful. He signals that he's secure, that he's not desperate, that he doesn't need to perform to be okay. Silence held with confidence is one of the most attractive things in the world because it tells her you're comfortable in your own skin. The nervous man fears the pause. The confident man uses it. Step 3. Reveal something real first. Attraction deepens through mutual vulnerability, but someone has to go first, and on the date, that someone is you. You don't dump your whole life story, but you do let a real piece of yourself show. Share an actual opinion, even one she might disagree with. Talk about something you genuinely care about and let yourself get a little animated about it, because passion is magnetic. Admit something small and human. When you reveal something real, you give her permission to do the same, and that's when a polite conversation finally turns into a genuine connection. You're not auditioning. You're inviting her into who you actually are. Step 4. Stop trying to be liked and start trying to enjoy yourself. This is the mindset that changes everything. Walk into the date with one goal that has nothing to do with her approval. Your goal is to have a genuinely good time and to find out whether you actually enjoy her company. Notice the shift there. When your goal is, I hope she likes me, you become a nervous performer. When your goal is, let me see if I like her, you become the calm, grounded one who's evaluating the connection on your own terms. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. And ironically, the moment you stop desperately chasing her approval is the exact moment you become someone worth approving of. Attraction flows toward the person who is fully enjoying themselves, not the one anxiously hoping to be chosen. Put these 4 together, and the entire energy of your dates transforms. You stop being the interviewer she'll forget and become the experience she'll remember. You stop draining the connection and start building it. And the wild part is that none of this requires you to be better looking, richer, or funnier. It just requires you to stop hiding behind questions and start actually showing up. Because here's what I really want you to take from today. The reason your first dates keep dying was never that you're boring or unattractive. It's that you've been treating the most human moment in the world, 2 people feeling out a possible connection, like a transaction to get through. You've been gathering data when you should have been creating feeling. And feeling is the only thing she'll carry home with her. There's a line that stays with me. People will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. A first date is not a test to pass. It's an emotion to create. If you keep running interviews, you'll keep collecting polite rejections and wondering what went wrong. But the moment you decide to create an experience instead, to let silence breathe, to reveal something real, to actually enjoy yourself, you'll watch dates that used to fizzle suddenly come alive. The spark was never something you had to be born with. It's something you learn to create. If this video hit home, hit like and subscribe so you and the Connection Code can keep decoding the real psychology behind dating and attraction together. And if you've got a friend whose dates keep mysteriously dying, send this to him because he's probably running interviews too and has no idea. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.